Chaplain Auto Ministries personally understands that the journey of a veteran is a difficult one. Now, they are a dedicated ministry led by John Otto Guthman, who is a combat veteran and personally knows the struggles that come with military service. They are here to help those who have PTSD, substance abuse, suicidal thoughts, and you know how we feel about our veterans here at the Columbus Radio Group. One-on-one conversations and various types of outreach and support. They have a very special event that is coming up on May the 25th in Circleville, Ohio, and it's called Chaplain Auto's Prison Run. My guest this morning is John Otto Guthman. I'd like to welcome him to the show this morning as we talk about Chaplain Auto Ministries and this run on May 25th where you can help our veterans. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. And yourself?
Doing good. Thank you for taking time to talk to us about this. So let's get some background on Chaplain Auto Ministries, which I'm sure has a lot to do with your own personal background, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a combat veteran. I was with the 25th Infantry Division with the 227 Wolfhounds. I was in the infantry and I deployed to Afghanistan for 2011 and 12.
And the struggles that you faced when you came back, you knew that you weren't the only one.
Yeah, coming back out of the military wasn't easy for me.
The transition's difficult.
Yeah, the transition's difficult, and, just coming out of such a structured environment, back into the civilian world, I found myself in handcuffs more than once.
You notice that a lot of veterans fall down that rabbit hole, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of veterans that have come back from the military, from combat, that have fallen on the battlefield of life with struggles with PTSD and anger, which lead to substance abuse. And when you add all of those together, that's why we have 22 veterans a day committing suicide. And
the Chaplain Auto Ministries was born out of that, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I've been volunteering in prisons for 5 years this May. And last March, I was invited to Pickaway Correctional to speak for Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. And that's when my eyes were open to how many veterans are incarcerated in prison. And it lit a fire in my heart to help these guys. And I said, how can I help? And they said, if you could teach an anger management class, we could get you in here weekly. So I went and got nationally certified to teach a 12-week anger management course that touches on all 4 of those subjects. And within just a few months, I was able to schedule in with 2 prisons to teach veterans, and I have a total of 28 students currently.
And that must make you're giving back. I've experienced this. I'm giving you the life lessons that I've learned, and you truly are paying it forward.
Yes, and it's an honor to go in there because, when someone gets incarcerated, they're definitely written off by society. And as a veteran, they can feel like their service doesn't matter and they don't count. So for me, I love to go in there and to help these guys out and to remind them that they're not forgotten. I have a patch that I wear on my vest that says POW and MIA. And that's something that, we look at for prisoners of war and missing in action. And I found a second meaning to this through the work that I'm doing in the prison. And I see that incarcerated veterans are prisoners of the war in their own mind, and they're most definitely missing in action from the ones that they love.
Chaplain Auto Ministries is hosting a major event on May 25th, and it's called the Chaplain Auto's Prison Run. Of course, an event to recognize incarcerated veterans, and it's supported by, and I know, the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. I know a lot of combat veterans in that organization. Stock Hands Mission 22, which we're also familiar with, and also Save a Warrior. So the proceeds from this run and this fund, what is it going to do?
It is going to allow us to continue our mission behind bars, helping veterans, and we're getting ready to take on our 3rd prison, which would be Lebanon Correctional.
Okay, so this motorcycle run, again, it's going to be May the 25th. You're expecting quite a few participants in this, aren't you? Is this the first time that you've done this run, or is this like a second or third year?
This is the first time that I've done this run, and it took a long time to get permission from the prison to actually conduct this because we're not going inside the prison. Some motorcycle groups have done that before, but we're expecting more than 500 riders to show up. So they've given us special permission to ride on the service road, which is restricted for state vehicles only.
Okay.
And when we pull up to the prison and ride along that road in Chillicothe, there's going to be 160 plus incarcerated veterans standing out there with flags and their color guard as we ride by to remind them that they're not forgotten.
So how do our listeners, who I know there's many out there who would love to be involved in this event, where can they get registered? The event's going to be on May the 25th, where it begins and then it ends at the prison in Chillicothe, correct?
Yes. So we're going to be meeting up at AMVETS in Circleville, Ohio. Registration, you can register there or online. Registering online would be through chaplainautoministries.com, and that is OTTO. But we'll be meeting between 9:30 and 11 at AMVETS in Circleville for registration. We're going to be doing a massive bike blessing with kickstands up at 12 o'clock, riding straight up to the prison, which is about 19 miles. We're going to do a turn and burn and come right back to the facility where we have motorcycle games and a bunch of activities set up.
And registration, again, at the website?
Yes, they can register online. There's a link that says Prison Run on here. You can also find it through Chaplain Auto Ministries Facebook page, but we will be taking, fresh registrations to those who do not want to register online. We will have that availability at the AMVETS as well. So if you don't want to register online and you want to register when you get there, we have both options available. Just trying to have the online registration so that we can prepare for the amount of riders that we have coming in.
I know that this is so near and dear to you because you are experiencing what these incarcerated veterans have experienced. And with everything going on in the world, to really focus on people that are living within our community is obviously very, very important to all of us.
Yes, it's most definitely important to me, and it's not anything that I ever thought that I would be doing. I spent the last 10 years in the car business, and, when this opportunity came up, I just had a shift in complete direction from what I wanted to do, and I walked away from everything that I know to, I'm getting a little emotional.
That's okay. No, you're allowed.
To help my brothers, because, the look on their face when, we come in to work with these guys. And myself being a veteran, I don't want to talk to anybody else about my combat-related stuff that I deal with.
Right.
And the prison doesn't offer, PTSD counseling veteran to veteran. So it's a very unique and new thing that we are embarking on. And I'll tell you, we travel more than, 1,200 miles a month to work with incarcerated veterans, and every mile is worth it to be behind bars at least 50 hours a month.
And you know what? For the prisons and jails to recognize that this is a need, this might be something that spreads not just here in Ohio, but might spread elsewhere throughout the country.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to thank the Chillicothe administration at the prison, the warden and deputy warden. They have, been so open to these ideas, to really honoring the veterans that they have in there. And through the facilities that I've gone to, this is one of the best, veteran-oriented prisons where they really do try to help these guys. So to get linked up with them has just been amazing, and more doors are going to open from this.
Now, you said you're expecting over 500 plus participants. I have a feeling you're going to get a lot more than that because there's going to be motorcyclists from probably surrounding states that have gotten wind of what this is all about, and of course a lot of the veterans that want to get involved. Yes,
absolutely. And I have had word from our surrounding states that riders are coming in, and which is amazing to know that people are going to come do something new to represent these veterans on Memorial Day, because we honor our fallen soldiers, and we're honoring a different type of fallen soldier that resides behind the wire here in America.
And I know that Mission 22, like I said, is involved along with Save a Warrior, Stock Hands, and the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. But Mission 22, they have a lot of long-term programs to help veterans who are living with, of course, traumatic stress and brain injury and even military sexual trauma. I mean, all of those things. And to get all of these organizations together for this cause is amazing.
Yeah, and it was, an idea that I had to invite other groups that have such a much further reach with the potential to help at least one person that's there before I see them behind bars. And I think that, if we unite underneath one umbrella as just veterans helping veterans, I think that we could see a dramatic change starting in the state of Ohio.
May 25th, Chaplain's Auto's prison run is going to be taking place, and it's going to help our combat veterans who are, of course, incarcerated. And you can go to the website for more information and also registration, but you're assuming that most people will get registered at the event.
I have put out some promotions and a bunch of stuff out there. I have a lot of people clicking interest, but we've currently only sold 23 tickets, and a lot of what I've heard is people want to, donate and register once they get there.
And that sounds about right, yeah. I'm sorry, AMVET's in Circleville, and then to the prison in Chillicothe. Yes, and if you're listening to this and you want to come to the event but don't want to register online, if you go to our Facebook page and just click going, that's going to help us ensure that we have enough hands on deck to, handle the crowd of people that will be coming there as we work with AMVETS with food and drinks and everything. We want to make sure everybody has a good time as they come out to honor our heroes. Well, I can't thank you enough, John, for being a part of the program this morning. Chaplain Auto Ministries and the big run that's coming up Memorial Day weekend on May 25th. And more information, why don't you give that website again? It's Chaplain Auto Ministries, and that's CHAPLAINOPTO Ministries, MINISTRIES.com. ChaplainAutoMinistries.com. If you Google it, it should be the number one thing that comes up. John, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for your service, and looking forward to this run on May 25th. Absolutely. And I just want to say thank you to QFM96 for letting us speak about this on the radio, because the inmates at this prison will get to hear this. And guys, I just want to let you know that I love you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on May 25th.